Hi, I'm Chad, and I am the Trader Baron, and this is a recap for for this last week, short week with Memorial Day, and had some really interesting trading this week. You can see here on my screen I have the daily chart, and with a short week on Tuesday trading open, and you can see we had this big down day. Next day we had a big up day, and really had some just great volatility this week. Tuesday especially was one of the days that day traders live for, and I'll show you why. Here, looking at the ES, you can see, and I'll zoom in a little bit, you can see the day was pretty much down all day. Towards the end of the day, we started to turn around, but for the most part, we were down all day. And if you've been following my videos at all, you know that I use the Keltner channel with the mid band as typically an area to enter trades at. And the market doesn't always respect the Keltner channel. It doesn't always respect the mid band as its pullback and reversal point. But Tuesday was one of those days where it was just picture perfect, and you can see right after the open, sold off, pulled back to the mid band, almost to the tick. I got in and wrote it down for a 3-point trade, and it continued. At that point I stopped trading, decided to take my 3 points and put it in my pocket and go home for the day. But you know, if I were a little more experienced and a little farther along in my trading career, I probably would have continued to play this, because there's no reason to not continue to take trades that are working out. You know, continue to do what's working until it stops working, and this would have easily been a a 10, 12, 15 point day. Had another beautiful pullback, another run, could have easily grabbed 3, 4, 5 points out of it. Again, another beautiful entry for 3 points, another beautiful entry for probably another 5 points or so, and then we see the market start to turn, and at that point, you know, you could maybe continue to play it. Here's where we would maybe look at looking at more structural elements in the market. So, you know, we see this pullback here, still thinking short since there's been so much momentum down. Obviously, we are going to get a little more of a pullback at some point. We did. When we see this next pullback, we could have easily drawn this trend line and taken some trades off of this structural element that the market started respecting, until it finally didn't and turned around. But um, yeah, it's one of those days that traders live for. It was a beautiful, beautiful market, exactly what we want to see. The next day was Wednesday, and I took a couple of trades that didn't work out. Actually, on Wednesday, I took a trade in oil before in the pre-market and made $150, and then I took a couple losing trades. Was kind of, you know, expecting the market to go up. It faked me out here, took a little loss, then tried to go for a short, and I took a couple of ticks on it. The market did finally turn, and we can see, you know, I drew this line. I think I took some sim trades at this point, just so that I wasn't going to continue to taking losses, but uh, definitely started respecting the mid band, and our trend line here. We can draw this most of the way up, and could have been taking trades along the way. So because I work a regular job, I wasn't playing the market at this point. Then Thursday happened. Thursday was not a good day, and you know, I probably should have been much more cautious. Having done pretty well the last week and the beginning of this week, I was probably a little too confident and wasn't as cautious and wasn't paying as close attention to really picking my spots as I normally do. And you can see uh, yeah, now when I reload my chart, sometimes these things don't show up. My lines and stuff get off, so I'm gonna just remove these. But you can see where I took a trade. This looked like a good entry here. The only problem was it was a little bit late. It had respected this trend line, a pretty steep trend line too, and it had respected it, one, two, three times. So fourth time going for it. Yeah, it was a low probability trade, and I got stopped out for a point. Actually got low ticked here, and which is kind of a bummer because it would have gone on and hit my target. So, uh, not a terrible trade, but probably one that I normally wouldn't want to take. Again, over here looking for the reversal. Got in where I saw the market slowing down. Uh, got low ticked. It actually went through my stop and then came back, and yeah, what are you gonna do? I tried again for the reversal. I was just way too early, and I know this trade, and I know I should have either taking it been looking to take it deeper or stay out of it altogether. Typically, I take this trade a couple of ticks deep, and it would have been a beautiful trade. Just wasn't. I was a little bit tired, wasn't quite on my game, and a little too confident. So anyway, the market took me for a bit of a ride. I won't go through all of these trades. Suffice it to say, they weren't good. I ended up down about $300 on Thursday. Friday, Friday wasn't so good either. I got into this short, um, cut my lot, took a tick profit when it didn't look like it was going to go, which was a good decision. Um, Next trade, just yeah, I was in it too early. I didn't have good confirmation. It looked like it was going to respect this area, but yeah, it was not a good trade, and took a three-quarter point loss. Um, Friday just wasn't a great day for the ES. Oil Oil is what I was watching, and I ended up taking about $200 out of oil on Friday, so that was great. But um, anyway, that's kind of the recap for this week. A couple of really stellar days. Those are the days we usually get a couple of those a month, and yeah, if you play those right, those are the days that can make your whole month. And days like Thursday and Friday are best, at least in the ES, just to stay away. Anyway, I hope your trading is going well, and that's how I saw the market this week.